The Asia Pacific Rally Championship is full of extremes, and for round 4 it travels from 45 south in New Zealand, 9,000 kilometres north to the city of Obihiro on the island of Hokkaido, northern Japan. The locals are ardent rally fans and line up to get autographs of their favourite rally stars and check out the new cars. While this event is expected to be another close battle between Cody Crocker and Katsu Taguchi, Rally Hokkaido also sees the return of the Cusco rally team to the APRC. Entered in the Asia Cup with their drivers Hiroshi Yanagisawa and Yuya Sumiyama. The big change for Cusco this year is the shift from Subaru to brand new Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 10s. Last year's Japanese event was a titanic battle between Yanagisawa and Taguchi, and the final gap was just 2.3 seconds, Taguchi taking the honours. Can Yanagisawa, settling into a new car, take the fight to Taguchi again?
Last year the rally, Taguchi Katsu, very good fighting. This rally, car is changed, Subaru to Mitsubishi, very setting is difficult. This rally tasting, Yokohama tires, Japanese surface very good working. I try to this rally hard push, reach the podium top.
While Yanagisawa has a brand new car, Taguchi has opted to stay with the older Evo 9 model and is happy with the call.
This year I have confidence for this year. I think it's the tires and the car are better than last year. So really looking forward to driving this weekend.
What do you think the weather's done to those roads? You know, it's been a lot of rain today.
Yeah, actually it's a very difficult. Today the shakedown is a lot, the wash up is quite damaged a lot. So, but maybe tomorrow the stage also quite similar stages. Of course we're using 3 times a day, so it's a lot going to lap and lap. This is very important. We have to set up suspension for the rough condition today, so it's feeling very good.
The road surface in Hokkaido is initially very soft, but after 3 passes the roads get very rough. All the drivers know this will be their main challenge.
I was here last year as well, and it does get really rutted up, but it's very technical because, I mean, you have to follow those ruts. If you get out of the ruts, you might just end up in the trees or in the forest.
Yes, definitely drive in them. There was a couple there on recce today, and it is just basically like getting onto tram tracks. You just get the wheels in and you're not doing anything on the steering wheel. The car just goes around on the rails. So it's okay if you stay in the terrain, in the ruts, but yeah, it's a bit nerve-wracking if the car climbs out of the ruts. So it's still a challenge.
Crocker is well aware that this is Katsu Taguchi's home event.
Yeah, this is now we're sort of out of our comfort zone, if you like. We've had a great run with Queensland and Whangarei. Now they were closer to sort of the home events of myself, but now we're in Katsu's home territory. It's sort of really I think he's found some improvements in their car, so he's going to be going quicker, and we've got to make sure that we're on the pace now and really pushing hard. I think we're really going to have to really push on, and a bit like we were probably in China last year when we tried to catch Hiroshi. If we can sort of match Katsu's times, we're more than happy. That's sort of the aim here, is that we got a bit of a buffer on him in the last few events, but this time it's his home ground. We've got to make sure we're up on it.
He's very confident. He's determined that it's going to reverse the order.
Yes. Well, I've got words to say to Katsu. It's going to be a fantastic fight, and it's enjoyable. I'm just hoping it's going to go my way, and that would make it even more enjoyable. But we've had such a great duel even over the last several years now. I think it's great because we've been able to win, but the tables could turn, and we've got to be really on the ball.
So far you've been second every time. You want to reverse that, don't you?
Yeah, maybe I hope it's next 2 rounds we are fast, then he can become second, or maybe third is better. So we will try.
As always, Rally Hokkaido puts on a spectacular start ceremony. This year, the celebrations are followed immediately by Stage 1, a 1.2 kilometre super special. And it's Indian driver Gaurav Gill who wins the stage in his MRF Mitsubishi Evo 10. 1.4 seconds faster than Yuya Sumiyama in the Cusco version. Unbelievably, Taguchi has a small off at the very first corner, losing 5 seconds while he restarts. But then Crocker does exactly the same thing in the same place. He's luckier than Taguchi, he doesn't lose quite as much time. The next morning, competition starts with the Rikubetsu spectator stage, and Crocker posts the fastest time, 1.7 seconds quicker than Taguchi and Gill, the MRF teammates setting identical times. After 2 stages, Gill still leads the event, but just 9/10 of a second in front of Crocker. In fourth are Cusco teammates Yanagisawa and Sumiyama, with the Yanagisawa 2.4 seconds off the lead. Stage 3 is 29 kilometres long and the first of the very fast forestry stages. With clean, smooth roads, Crocker hits the front, taking the lead by 10 seconds from Gill. But more importantly, the Motor Image driver is now a massive 22.5 seconds ahead of arch rival Taguchi. The Japanese driver is left wondering how he could lose so much so quickly, but at least he's still going, unlike his countryman Toshi Arai. The current PWRC champion is making a one-off appearance in the APRC, but not a long-lasting one. A small jump on stage 3 damages the steering on the car, and Arai and co-driver Glenn McNeil are launched into a wild ride. The car is stuck fast and going nowhere. On Rally Hokkaido, it's now Taguchi's turn to dominate. On stage 4, the MRF Mitsubishi driver is 10 seconds faster than everyone, moving into second place and reducing the gap to Crocker to 12.4 seconds. Gill is 38 seconds off the lead, really pushing his Evo 10 hard, but not happy with the setup.
We're running too soft setup, and it's not very good. I'm not very happy with the way the car's behaving because it's just way too soft for it. The rear end's just going all over the place.
Yanagisawa is 13 seconds back in fourth place, and feeling that the Evo 10 is a rather large car compared to the more nimble Subaru Impreza he used in 2008. Motor Image driver Emma Gilmour is exactly 1 minute behind her teammate after 4 stages.
40, lose 5 left. 80, 7 left long over broken tarmac. 140, hug, 2 right plus long, tightens great. Gate.
Yeah, it's just hard, like just to get used to the speed because you're going so fast, working out how to back off the right amount, so just braking too much in there and just stopping the momentum, but car's just kicking around a little bit, so I'll go make some suspension changes for the next stage.
Sumiyama is enjoying himself in his Mitsubishi. The new co-driver for this event now, Kikase, is giving the young Japanese driver confidence. Taguchi and Crocker's battle continues through the next set of stages. First, Crocker takes 4.8 seconds off the Mitsubishi driver. Then on the very next test, it's Taguchi's turn to go faster by 4.5 seconds. The lead margin then is still 12.6 seconds. Behind the battle at the front, Gilmour is fifth after 5 stages. But on stage 6, she rounds a high-speed corner to find Gaurav Gill's co-driver David Senior frantically waving her down.
Do they need help? Clip.
He was just
5
there
left
wasn't
plus,
stopping us, was it? He
120.
was just slowing us down.
Hug 5 right tightens over small bump, I'm pretty sure.
It's a
6
close
left.
call, but Gill's problem promotes the all-girl crew up the leaderboard to 4th.
No, it was hairy, very hairy. So, yeah, glad to not collected their car.
After initially leading the event, it's a big disappointment for Gill.
We were out for the day because we had a soft roll, I'd say, because we've been having a bit of brake issues since morning, and I mean, basically this stage, it was all going pretty well, and just coming to the last sector of the stage is quite fast, and it's quite slippery as well, and just went on the brakes, the car completely got locked up sideways and couldn't get it back, so hit a soft bank on the side and had a small roll and just stopped on the roof.
Gill's retirement promotes Yanagasawa into 3rd overall, but there are some anxious moments back at service for him, and his team decides to do a precautionary front drive shaft change after strange noises are heard from the front of the car. While the teams are hard at work repairing the cars, the drivers have an opportunity to relax.
Katsu, you need to tell me, what's the trick on that last stage there? We went absolutely flat out and we can't match your time.
Just close the eyes, just press the throttle drum, absolutely, just go flat out.
Okay.
Yep.
Close the eyes, push the right foot down.
Yeah.
No problem. I think I'll try that, okay?
I have a question. It's a long stage, how do you drive? It's very fast.
I stop about 1 kilometre into the stage. Ben and I swap over, and Ben has a drive. So you should try. Let's Stace have a drive.
Next stage I will do.
Okay, let's Stace have a drive.
Back to business, and on stage 8, Crocker absolutely blitzes the field. A massive 33 seconds faster than next quickest Yanagasawa.
Care 8 right in and left 50. Care jump 70.
But as he comes to the finish control, the Australian is obviously concerned he might be going a little too fast.
Geez, we're pushing on pretty hard, maybe too hard in there. We had a few moments. There's a few rough patches that have really picked up now, and we hit one jump very, very hard and just kicked the car onto its nose, and we're skidding down the road on their nose for a little while. And fortunately, it all landed back on the wheels and kept going, and we came good. But geez, we're pushing on. We have to, because we have to beat Katsu here.
Next quickest on this stage is Yanagasawa, but the Japanese driver is only just 9/10 of a second faster than Gilmour. With a nice handling car, the New Zealand woman is starting to enjoy the rough conditions and ups her pace.
Hug 5 right, open 6 long, tightens right.
Behind, there's a problem for Sumiyama. He's 5th after 7 stages, but on the 8th test he suddenly finds himself with a gearbox full of neutrals. And where's Taguchi? After pushing hard through the stage to catch Crocker, he's late coming to the finish control, and he's the slowest of the APRC runners. As the Mitsubishi pulls up, it's obvious why Taguchi's nearly a minute slower than his rival.
Just puncture. After the jump, we have a puncture. So, not very good.
With Taguchi's problems, Crocker applies the pressure, winning the next 3 stages. And by the time the event reaches evening service back in Obihiro, the Motor Image driver has stretched his lead to over 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Great fight while it lasted.
Yeah, it was absolutely awesome. And it is really disappointing that Katsu got the flat, and it's unfortunate because we had a really good fight and I had the lead, and that was the important thing. But no, it's awesome. Every rally event we go to, you know, he's pushing hard and I have to push harder, and you know, I think I've driven probably a little bit beyond myself at times today.
Maybe after the big jump, maybe we clip some stone, but I don't know. But yeah, disappointment. So about 500 meters after the puncture, 500 meters, all the tires came out. So just another 6 kilometers, just rims only. So this is very tough to drive to the finish. Tomorrow, of course, we're going to, our target is get bonus points. So he cannot drive too slow. So we must push very hard tomorrow.
Only 4 APRC registered drivers finished the first day, and there are large gaps between the competitors. Tomorrow's competition is going to be all about bonus points. On day 2 of APRC Rally Hokkaido, the retirees from day 1 return under Super Rally rules, including MRF's Gorev Gil and Cusco's Yuya Sumiyama in their Evo 10s.
Well, I think he's the right side choice, I think.
Cody Crocker is quick off the line, and even though he's clearing gravel off the roads for the competitors, he's 1 second faster than Taguchi through the 6K opening stage. On the longer stage 13, Taguchi makes his mark, taking 7 seconds off Crocker's lead. And then he follows that with wins on the next 2 tests, whittling down the gap to Crocker to 1 minute and 13 seconds. Yanagasawa is still 3rd overall after stage 15. Over a minute behind Taguchi and a minute ahead of Gilmour, the Japanese driver is pushing on but not taking any risks. Consolidating her position is also Gilmour's plan for day 2. There's no point doing anything silly. Holding a top 4 position and heading for another good haul of APRC points is just what the team bosses have asked for.
Over bump 35 right. 74 left, open 5 plus, open hug over bump. 6 right open, 50 crest mid, 100 care.
The restarting Gil is flying in an effort to get at least some bonus points for this event. On every stage, the MRF driver attacks, and his reward is 3rd fastest for the day and 1 bonus point. The final afternoon of Rally Hokkaido comprises 24 kilometres of stages, and Taguchi really pushes hard, taking more time out of Crocker's lead. But importantly, taking the 3 bonus points for fastest of the day. On the other hand, Crocker can afford to relax. His first place is safe, and he decides to take no further risks just for another bonus point. But just for the crowd, the Triple APRC champion puts on a show in the final Super Special, winning the stage and celebrating his rally victory in style.
Finish. Well done.
All right to me, good stuff, mate.
Very well done.
Another one.
Katsu and I had such a great fight. It was awesome. Every rally we go to now, it's we just know that each other's just going to drive each other into the ground, and he got the upper hand today. We did push on. We weren't sort of just holding back and sort of just coasting. We always want to beat him. So likewise for him, and he had the upper hand unfortunately. But we figured after the first few stages he got a little bit of time on us there, and we could have taken lots of risks. But I guess we sort of just drove within ourselves and made sure we got to the finish as well.
Yeah, I mean you went for the win today.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean you've sort of got to take a time where you could be really silly and go all out. I don't think we would have actually made much difference. Some of our morning stages we're sweeping the gravel, so we started off pretty well with the first stage. I think we won, but we're happy with that. We thought this is going to be good, but unfortunately I think there's a bit more gravel on those next few stages and we lost out a little bit there, but that's the way it goes, I guess. And but yeah, very, very happy with the win.
How many points do you take away from here?
I think we've got 15 points, and now that Katsu's won this heat, he gets 13 points I think for the weekend. So we only gained 2 points on him, but that's how close the fighting is. But that's great for the championship, and it is obviously great for us. We take away more points, and that's important.
Katsu, good drive today, by the sound of it.
Yeah, today is a very, very good drive. So just disappointment with yesterday, the puncture. But overall, the rally is a very, very good drive.
Yeah, so it was a big push today to get those bonus points. But and I think you got 13 and Cody got 15.
Yeah, just 2 points. This is really good, really good compared to last year. Last year we already one rally lost. So, but so far we three times is second, and we got some bonus point. So it's really good start, I think.
So you're happy with the result?
Yeah. APRC first this year rally. Put in first challenge. Third position. I'm very happy.
Sambo, looking back at the event, what's your thoughts?
We had a fantastic rally, really enjoyed it, and car went brilliantly, didn't have any problems at all, and just small fine-tuning things, and yeah, learnt a lot. A very challenging event, Japan, tough roads and very high speed, and yeah, learnt a lot, and very happy with the pace that we showed, and to be here at the finish.
Taguchi does manage to take a few seconds off Crocker's overnight lead and take 3 points for fastest on day 2. But Crocker is well on track for his 4th title now, with an 11-point buffer on his Japanese rival. The Motor Image team is in a strong position with Gilmour in 3rd. The Asia Cup competition is much closer and could get interesting for the final 3 rounds in Malaysia, Indonesia and China.